Here we go. In this video, we'll cover some ideas about writing good commentary so you can connect the important ideas in your essay. Let's do it. We'll start with the what, why, and how of commentary to provide some guidelines and background information. The commentary should follow your quotations, explaining the relationship between the quotation and the argument in your topic sentence. Your commentary should make the finer points of your argument clear. These finer points should be clear in your own head, but they'll need more clarification to your reader, who won't think of things in the same way that you do. Commentary should be the most detailed selection of your essay. You'll need to be very specific about what is relevant to your chosen quotation, and you'll need to be very clear about the meaning of your argument. Clarity of your commentary is particularly important, as there are often many ways to interpret a text or argument, so you need to be sure your commentary is communicating the ideas you want to express. So how should you go about bridging the gap between your argument and the text? It's important to remember that a quotation may feel self-explanatory to you, but specifics must be made clear to the reader. This may feel repetitive to you, but remember that you need to catch your reader up on all the thinking you've already done in your pre-writing. You should also be sure to use specific phrases or ideas from the quotation to make your connection clear. If you can repeat a specific phrase from the quotation, your reader will be more likely to follow your thinking. When it comes to clarity, many writers try to get straight to the point by using a phrase like, "This shows that." "Please don't do this." Your English teacher has read this thousands of times. Most people have. Instead, you should find a word to describe the kind of thing that is important to your quotation. These are usually abstract words or abstract nouns, the kinds of words that might describe a practice or a phenomenon or a habit. So let's take a look at an example. Before we look at an example of commentary, though, we'll have to have a topic sentence and a quotation. Let's use the topic sentence about Atticus and his humility. If you need a reminder, the topic sentence was, "When a humble person, like Atticus, can keep his or her pride from offending other people, they are more likely to listen to and be influenced by that person's thoughts, because those listening are less likely to be bothered by the speaker's arrogance." So with that in mind, let's find a relevant quotation. This quotation appears late in the story, after Boo Radley, or Arthur Radley, rescues Jem and Scout from a drunken Bob Ewell. The quotation reads as follows. Atticus stopped in front of Boo Radley. "Thank you for my children, Arthur," he said. So if we start to think about what really matters in this quotation and what should be highlighted in the commentary, we should think about the gratitude shown by Atticus to Arthur Radley, and the fact that Atticus can put the thoughts of others before his own, even in a terrible moment like this one. An effective commentary on that quotation might read something like, Atticus's simple acknowledgement of Arthur Radley's efforts, despite almost losing his own children, demonstrates his ability to put others before himself, even in times of great stress. Such a man could be depended on to show consideration to others, and his advice would likely be more valued as a result. This does say quite a bit, but it's important to note that Atticus's gratitude is described by the phrase, simple acknowledgement of Arthur's efforts. Additionally, when we review the topic sentence, much of the argument had to do with the ability for humility to help to influence other people. This idea is described with the phrase, his advice would likely be valued as a result. Here we have made clear how humility can be seen in the quotation and how the evidence in this quotation can be used to prove the point put forward in the topic sentence. So, before we part ways, let's take a moment to remember that the connection between quotation and argument is clearer to you than it is to your reader, and that your commentary should explain your thinking, even if it seems obvious to you. In all cases, your commentary should be as specific as you can make it and as clearly phrased as possible. Well, that's all I have to say for now. Remember to write me an email if you have any questions, if you want to get any answers about that before we address this in class. Wow, I flubbed that one. Anyway, this is Mr. Weir signing off, and I'll see you soon.